What's good, dudes and dudettes? That was a recommendation. If you didn't like that intro, make sure you give this video a thumbs up, just so I know. Okay. So what we're learning today is creating polynomials with given zeros. Let's just be clear. You're going to be insulted. I'm going to be straight to the point. Hopefully this video is less than 10 minutes. But if you're looking at the video timer, it says 28 minutes. My bad. So we're going to learn how to make a polynomial today, and we're going to make it have certain zeros. That's our goal. Spoiler alert, you turn them into binomials and multiply it together. It's that easy. But I'm getting ahead of myself. So let's go check out some vocabulary first. So the first thing you need to recall is what a root is. A root, also called a zero or a solution, is the x value where graphs intersect the x-axis. I made sure to make this just the x value this time because on your test you guys put a bunch of ordered pairs and got them marked wrong. So it's just the x value, you know? Just the x. Don't give me the y. Just the x. Okay. A polynomial is an equation made of a bunch of different terms with integer exponents. This means numbers like negative 2. Ooh, I messed up. Not integer. Natural number exponents. We don't want negatives. If we have negatives, it's going to mess stuff up. So just numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4. I messed up again. Whole number, because 0 is allowed. The last thing you need to know are what are factors. So a factor of a polynomial is just the set of the linear binomials that can be multiplied to make the polynomial. So you're going to say, Mr. Barton, what's a linear binomial? You're using a lot of big words here. All right, kids, a linear binomial, the word linear in math just means x to the first power. So linear binomials are things like x plus 2, x minus 7, x plus 18. That's not an 18, that's an 11. Okay, close enough. Right? All the x's have an exponent of 1. If you have x squared or something, that's not a linear binomial, that's a quadratic binomial. So binomial, two terms, right? Bi, like bisexual, bicycle, bipedal, binomial. Bi means 2, and linear means all the exponents are 1. All right. So before we go make our polynomials with given roots, let me show you kind of the stuff you already know how to do, and then we're just going to do it backwards to get our polynomials. So we're going to look at a wonderful factoring example. So if we look at this polynomial, this thing is factorable. And you're going to say, Mr. Barton, I can't factor that. Yes, you can. You know the rational roots theorem. Actually, you might not. This might have been the thing cut off at the end of last year when we all went into quarantine. So you might not know the rational roots theorem. But I'm not going to teach it to you, but that's how you would solve it. It's the p's and q's. Here's your p's. Your q is a 1. You find some factors of p, you find your factors of q, and you make some fractions. Okay, I've already done that. So because we're not learning factoring today, we're learning making polynomials. So it factors to this. Just trust me. If you don't trust me, you can FOIL this out. It'll be this, I promise. So you factor this, right? So you'll take out your x plus 2, and then you'll have like x squared minus 5x plus 6 left, right? And then you can factor this using simple factoring, and you'll get this. Okay. And then the last step is, well, what are the zeros? What are the roots of this? So what you do is you take each linear binomial, you set it equal to 0, and then you solve for x, right? You just subtract your 2, x equals negative 2, you add your 2, and you get x equals 2, and you add your 3, and x equals 3. Pardon me. So these are our roots. What you're going to learn today is if I give you these roots, how do we work backwards, whoops, not far enough up, to get that thing? So we are literally just going to do this entire process in reverse. And you don't even have to do the hard step, which is the rational roots theorem, because to get from here to here, you just multiply. And you guys are pretty good at multiply. There we go, dummy. Pardon me again. I don't mean to cough in your ears. Sorry, headphone users. So we're going to multiply. All right, Barton, shut up. Tell me how to do it. Give me the example. Quit pontificating. All right, kids, you asked for it. So here we have our 3 roots. I'm already giving them to you. And now we want to make or create a polynomial. So the first thing we have to do is turn these roots into linear binomials. If you want some steps, here's a step. Step 1. Turn the roots into linear binomials. Binoms. I'm just going to put binom because I'm out of room. All right. So the way we got these roots from factoring was we took the binomial, set it equal to 0, and then solve for x. So what we're going to do is we're going to move this back over with the x and put it equal to 0, and then turn it into a binomial. So if I move this 4 back over, I have a negative 4, and I want it to be 0. So we have to add 4. So we get x plus 4 equals 0. We have to add 2. So we get x plus 2 equals 0. And then we have to subtract 5 to cancel the positive 5. And we get x minus 5 equals 0. Let me move these over. There we go. All right. Now we need these to be binomials, so all you have to do is throw some parentheses around these. And then forget that they're equal to 0. Once we have these linear binomials, step 2 is multiply the binomials together. The binoms together. Okay. And the way you're going to do this is by distributing. You're multiplying all 3 of them together. So if we set that up, oops, I'm grabbing the wrong stuff here. We're going to have x plus 4 times x plus 2 times x minus 5. And then this thing equals 0, but we're going to just set it equal to y for the full polynomial. The polynomial doesn't need to equal 0. That's just how you get the roots. All right, so now let's start doing our multiplying. You want to do this in chunks. Don't overwhelm yourself. You can't multiply this to this to this all at once. You have to do it in steps. So let's multiply these 2 together first. We need to make sure we FOIL and hit all 4 terms. So we're going to do x to x, which is x squared. We're going to do x to 2, so that's plus 2x. 4 to x, so plus 4x. And then 4 to 2, which is 8. All right. So we multiplied these together. This whole thing is these multiplied together. This whole thing is still being multiplied to x minus 5. Okay. We can clean this up a little by combining our like terms. So these 2 terms are like terms because they're both x's to the first power. So this is going to be x squared plus 6x plus 8 times x minus 5. And that equals y. If you don't have it, it's not the end of the world, but make sure it matches your homework. Now we FOIL these together. And I probably shouldn't say FOIL because it's an acronym, but we'll distribute them together. So we're going to do x squared times x. That's x to the 3rd. 6, let's do this one at a time. X squared times negative 5 is negative 5x squared. Then I'll cross this out to let me know that I'm done with it. 6x times x is 6x squared. 6x times negative 5 is negative 30x. Cross it out so I know I'm done. Then 8 times x is 8x. And 8 times negative 5 is negative 40. Equals y. Now you just have to clean up your really long polynomial by combining your like terms. So these x squareds can be combined, and these x's can be combined. This doesn't have anything combined with, so we'll just bring it down and not change it. X cubed. Negative 5 plus 6 is positive 1x x squared. I don't ever write coefficients of 1 because mathematicians don't, and I like to think I'm a mathematician. Negative 30x plus 8x is negative, because the bigger number is negative, 22, and then bring down your x. And then we don't have a like term, so we just bring down the minus 40 equals y. This is your answer, and you're done. It's that simple. So make sure you give me a thumbs up on the YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe. I think I'm over 50 now, which is impressive for a math channel that just teaches you how to add and subtract. And make sure you share this with your folks, you know, like go talk to your parents. Make sure you have a good relationship with them. Otherwise, you know, it'll mess you up later in life. But say I love you. Happens to the best of us. All right, let me know if you guys need help. I'll see you next video.